Hi, I'm Laurie Blakeman. I'm the MLA for the fabulous constituency of Edmonton Centre, and at this point I'm the opposition critic for 4 different ministries. So here's what I did over the last 3 days. And this is just a way of illustrating why it's important to have strong voices in the Assembly and strong opposition voices in the Assembly. So first of all, I raised the issue in the House about the government refusing to implement a poverty reduction strategy. They always say they've got the best programs anywhere, blah, blah, blah. But in fact, they don't have an integrated poverty reduction strategy, and the group promoting it was having a hard time getting a meeting with the minister. So I was able to raise the issue in the House, so lots of people heard of it, and lo and behold, the group that was trying to get a meeting, they got a meeting the next week. So amplified their voice, got action. The next day I was working on the winter logging in the Castle Crown area in southwestern Alberta, and the fact the government has allowed a logging company to come in on a special place, that's capital letters, because it's supposed to be land that is conserved. But here the government is allowing a logging company to go in the winter, which is a hazard for hibernating bears. And I was raising the issue of the bears potentially being harmed in this. And what we discovered out of that is that the minister either didn't know anything about it or did know and just is particularly obtuse. But he's definitely antagonistic towards the whole issue of it. He believes firmly in logging, and hey-ho, away they go. So now we know what we're dealing with that particular minister, and we'll have to take a different approach. And then the third day, I had been contacted by a group of funeral directors who were very upset that the government would not come to the table and renegotiate their contract to provide burial services for people who die while in government care, or if they're on welfare and they die and there's no family for them, or a child who dies in government care, or someone on AISH, or a senior who dies. These funeral directors provide burial services. But they felt the government was, sorry, my words, I felt the government was very cheap. And they weren't allowing the funeral directors to provide a dignified and respectful service. So I worked with the directors, I brought them into the Assembly, I had a media conference with them to publicize what was going on, and we went into the House and I asked the questions of the minister. And very quickly, on the floor, he turned around and said he agreed, absolutely, they would do as I was asking, they would come to the table and renegotiate with the funeral directors and keep in mind some of the things that they were missing. This is a diverse province. We have a lot of people from different religious backgrounds living here now, and to have an old contract that insists on embalming, which goes against the religious beliefs of a number of other cultures now, is just not acceptable in this day and age. So there's 3 examples, 3 days worth of work of some of the things that I was trying to do for Albertans, either constituents or under my portfolio, to improve things in Alberta, to get people's voices heard, and to get the government to take some action. So next time you're voting, think about bringing in some strong opposition voices to help me out. Thanks.